My dear students, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to give you exercises of the lesson on libraries from class 12. Let's get started. Learn English with Lakshman. Understanding the text. Where could the author be found when he was late for lunch or dinner? खाना खाने समयमा जब लेट हुन्थ्यो नि तिनलाई कहाँ भेटिन्थ्यो त घरमा राइटरलाई भन्दा When Oliver Sacks was late for lunch or dinner, his family usually found him in the quiet, oak-paneled library of their house. It was his favorite place where he spent hours reading books with great interest. He became so deeply absorbed in reading that he often forgot the time and missed meals. The peaceful atmosphere and endless collection of books made the library a second home throughout his childhood. What are his first memories? उसको पहिलो सम्झना के हो? Oliver Sacks' earliest memories are of beautiful oak-paneled library in his parents' house. He learned to read at the age of 4 or 5 and loved spending time among books. The library filled him with curiosity and excitement as he discovered new ideas every day. Those beautiful surroundings and countless books shaped his childhood and inspired his lifelong passion for reading and learning. Why did he dislike school? उनलाई स्कुल किन मन परेन? Oliver Sacks disliked school because he found classroom learning strict and uninteresting. He preferred discovering knowledge on his own instead of following fixed lessons and the classroom rules set by teachers. The library gave him complete freedom to choose books according to his interest. Through independent reading, he often learned more deeply and even studied topics before they were taught in school. What did he feel about the library? Oliver Sacks felt happy, peaceful, and completely free whenever he entered the library. He loved walking through the shelves and selecting books that matched his interest and curiosity. The quiet environment encouraged him to read and think without disturbances. He also enjoyed the silent company of other readers who shared the same love for book and knowledge. Why was he so biased about science, especially astronomy and chemistry? तिनी एकदमै साइन्सप्रति एकोहोरो लगाव भएका बायस्ड खालका थिए, विशेष गरी एस्ट्रोनोमी र केमिस्ट्रीमा. किन होला? Oliver Sacks was biased towards science, especially astronomy and chemistry, because these subjects fascinated him from childhood. He dreamed about space and scientific discoveries, which filled him with curiosity and excitement. Library books deepened his scientific knowledge and strengthened his interest. His inspiring chemistry teacher also encouraged and guided him. As a result, he developed a lifelong love for astronomy and chemistry. Why did he become so fascinated by Hook? हुकबाट तिनी त्यति आकर्षित किन भए होलान्? Oliver Sacks became fascinated by Theodore Hook after finding books about him in the Bodleian Library. He admired Hook's extraordinary wit, creativity, and remarkable talent for entertaining people. Hook's ability to compose hundreds of operas and improvise music impressed Sacks greatly. His unique personality and achievements made him one of the most memorable figures Sacks discovered through books. Describe the library at Queen's College. The library at Queen's College was located in spacious underground rooms beneath the college building. It had a classical design with long shelves, heating pipe, and a calm atmosphere for study. It contained rare and valuable original editions written by famous scholars and scientists. The rich collection of books made it one of the most impressive and inspiring libraries Sachs had visited. Why did the students ignore the bookshelves in 1990s? 1990 तिर बुकसेल्फलाई किन इग्नोर गरे त नयाँ जमानाका विद्यार्थीहरूले During the 1990s, students gradually stopped visiting the bookshelves because digital technology provided easy access to books and information through computers and electronic databases. They preferred searching for information online rather than borrowing printed books. As a result, traditional bookshelves became less important and libraries were no longer used in the same way. Why was he horrified when he visited the library a couple of months ago? केही महिना अगाडि जब तिनले लाइब्रेरीको भिजिटमा गए नि तिनी एकदम अक्क न बक्क भए अचम्म परे अत्तालिए जस्तो भयो यो कस्तो भयो भनेर लाइब्रेरीको लुक नै चेन्ज हुन्थ्यो किन त्यस्तो भयो त लाइब्रेरी आजकालका आधुनिक लाइब्रेरी अर्कै थिए Oliver Sacks was horrified when he visited the library because many printed books had disappeared from the shelves. They had been replaced by digital versions and electronic resources. He felt deeply saddened by this change because physical libraries preserved centuries of knowledge and culture. He feared that the unique experience of reading printed books was slowly disappearing. A reference to the context. The author says, I was not a good pupil, but I was a good listener. Justify it with textual evidence. On Libraries is an autobiographical essay by Oliver Sacks. In this essay, he recalls his lifelong love of libraries and books. He explains how reading independently shaped his knowledge, curiosity, personality, career, and intellectual development throughout life. Sachs admits that he was not a good pupil because he disliked formal classroom learning. Lessons often passed through his mind without making much impression. However, he carefully listened to teachers and remembered ideas worth exploring later. After listening in class, Sachs visited libraries to study topics more deeply. He searched different books, compared facts, and formed his own understanding. His habit of self directed learning developed his thinking, creativity, confidence, and scientific curiosity throughout life. Thus, Sachs was an attentive listener rather than an obedient classroom pupil. His real education came from libraries where books became his greatest teachers. His independent reading finally helped him become a famous neurologist, writer, and lifelong learner. B. A proverb says, nothing is pleasanter than exploring a library. Does this proverb apply in this essay? यो एउटा भनाइ छ नि लाइब्रेरीमा जानु जतिको आनन्द लाइब्रेरीमा पढ्नु जतिको आनन्द केही पनि छैन यो भनाइसँग कतिको सहमत हुनुहुन्छ है त यो पाठ अनुसार Yes, the proverb perfectly applies to Oliver Sacks' essay on libraries. The essay shows that exploring libraries gave him immense joy, freedom, and knowledge. Reading books became his favorite activity and shaped his entire intellectual life forever. From childhood, Sachs grew up in a family that loved books. His home's oak paneled library was his favorite place. Later, he visited many public libraries, happily exploring shelves, discovering new books, and satisfying his endless curiosity daily. Unlike classroom learning, libraries allowed him complete freedom to choose books according to his interest. He enjoyed reading quietly among other readers, comparing ideas, making discoveries, and developing knowledge through independent study rather than formal instruction daily. Therefore, the proverb truly reflects the essay's central idea. Libraries offered Sachs happiness, inspiration, and lifelong learning. They became places where he freely explored knowledge, developed wisdom, and eventually achieved success as a respected neurologist and author. Are there any other services that you would like to see added to the library? लाइब्रेरीमा अरू के सुविधा थप्न पर्छ जस्तो लाग्छ? Yes, I would like several additional services to be introduced in libraries. These facilities would make libraries more comfortable, organized, and useful for readers of different ages while encouraging more people to develop regular reading habits together. Separate reading sections should be arranged for children, teenagers, adults, and senior citizens. Each group has different interests and reading needs. Such organizations would help readers easily find suitable books and enjoy a peaceful environment always. Libraries should also install security cameras to protect books from theft and damage. Comfortable chairs, proper lighting, and quiet study rooms would improve the reading experience and encourage visitors to spend long hours studying happily there. Finally, I would like a small garden and a cafe beside the library. Reading could relax, refresh themselves, and continue reading comfortably. These improvements would make libraries attractive, enjoyable, and more beneficial for everyone in the community. Please subscribe to support the channel and never miss our English lessons. Thank you.